Time to use our amazing ability to sniff things. It's like this wolf form doubles as the mask of sense. We learned of the youth's scent, because all youths smell the same. And we didn't already know what they smelled like. Not that I go around sniffing children, but, like, if we hang around the kids in our village all the time, we should probably know at least generally what they smell like. The village probably has a very distinct smell. Then again, if you live in the same place for a long time, it has a smell, but you just don't notice it because you get used to it. So maybe it's like because Link is a wolf now, he has a new perspective on the smell. Let's look for the stupid bridge that doesn't look anything like a bridge to me. Can't remember exactly where it is. I think it's in one of these two. I think it's here. This is what I'm gonna guess. I don't know why this was so hard for me the first time I played it. This part with the bridge. But this and other segments where you have to teleport one thing to another location just completely eluded me. Look hard for a bridge. If you know that this is a bridge, well, it's just right there. You don't have to look very hard. And let's teleport, Mario. I guess we will call that using the Force. It evaporates into blocks. And so do we. That must be a really painful process. Just turning into a lot of tiny things and then returning as a big thing. Just like the teleportation and how it's explained in Willy Wonka. Except in that, it turns a big chocolate bar into a small chocolate bar. I don't know why they do that. Are they just trying to get a whole bunch of flavor into a small package by doing that or something? Clearly that's how real chocolate is made. Moving forward, we're supposed to be following the scent. Because smells are things that we can see. At least you can see smell if you do drugs, so I've heard. This is a pretty elaborate gate. What are they trying to keep in or out? Hey, I just said that earlier, except in regards to a different door. And I don't know if they're trying to keep anything in or out. I think the gate is just kind of there. Now, it is a kind of evil-looking gate. But then again, it could just be the gate... It could be a gate that's designed after a cow. I don't know. I don't know why it has horns. I don't know why it's here. It seems like it's supposed to be here. Whatever. Doesn't make any sense to me. Just seems like it would make sense, logically, for a town to have a gate. Not sure why Midna had to point it out. Yeah, Kakariko Village. Looks a little bit different in this game from other Zeldas. I just kind of warped past that creature, somehow. Yeah, we'll see a little bit more of it later, but Kakariko Village in this game is totally different from the one in Link to the Past and in Ocarina. It's almost post-apocalyptic looking. Feels like it hasn't been lived in a long time. And it's really rusty and just kind of feels like it's thrown together in a way. Lots of things have deteriorated. Sort of makes me think of Fallout. And the music isn't really the same either. Once you hear the music for the the village once everything is restored. It's not the usual Kakariko Village music. Only the start of it is the same. We got another Vessel of Light! Sweet! Ah! So Excite Bike! Okay, they're insects of darkness. Shadow insects, despite being very bright. Whatever. So, I guess we can start our bug hunt by... Maybe I'll go into the graveyard first, because that's a happy-go-lucky location. Typically, the best strategy seems to be to go from one side of a place to the other if you're going on a scavenger hunt of any kind. Or you're playing hide-and-seek, like we will do later in the game. And it is the best. Is this the only bug here? I think it might be. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, honestly. I would have thought that there would be more here, but oh well. Just a bunch of dead people. Nothing to see. Unless you see dead people. And now for more exposition. Lots of lights in this room. Spirits of the kids, we found them. Introducing a couple of new characters here, too. 3 characters, actually. That is Barnes. To the right there is Luda. I think she looks like a mime. And then there's Renato, the one that's taking care of everyone. Looks like a female character. Pretty sure it's male. Just the hair and the lips, I guess, threw me off. He's saying all these scary things. Mallow doesn't care. He's just like, eh. When is this guy gonna shut up? Barnes! Stop being such an idiot in front of the children! See, you just made her cry. Barnes' welding mask. It gives him so much more character, even though he already has a lot of character. As you can see right here. He didn't need the welding mask for that to be a ridiculous move. He's like a human spider. Not Spider-Man, human spider. Maybe that's another thing that made me think that Luda is a mime. Just not a very successful mime because she talks. She just made that little hand motion. Link is coming to save us all. Colin trusts us. Kind of a touching scene. But also a sad scene, because we're right there listening to this whole thing. And as Midna points out here, how sad to be right in front of someone and not be noticed at all. I want to talk to them, I want to tell them everything is gonna be okay, but I guess Colin did that for me. Guys, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, notice me. Never mind. I think if you talk to them again, once you burn this stick and light all the torches to open the basement, even though that's what they just told Barnes not to do, they bring notice to it, and they say, how did that happen? This is freaky, that wasn't supposed to happen, and they're right. But they don't really do anything about it. There are more bugs in here. Don't worry, guys, the basement is about to be safe in a moment. So in case of giant bomb goes off, like in Fallout, everything will be okay. There's an owl statue here. It does not serve any purpose for a while. That is a very hexagon-shaped hole. Let's just slam our head into some scaffolding, and why not? Well, maybe I shouldn't have gone to the graveyard first. Just put me back. I'm just dying to get to this graveyard, apparently. Just taking in the atmosphere. There's not really anything that I can cut out. If I'm to show all of this, if I'm to show how to get all the bugs, I can't really cut out anything, even if it might be considered boring to watch, which I hope it isn't. I don't think it's boring to play. It just is kind of slow-moving, and if I'm trying to think of things to say the whole time, it's, you know... Oh, I guess I just can't be on that plank. Is there, yeah, there's some firewood nearby. Alley-oop. Do some more fire puzzles. Smoke that bug out. Smoking is great for you. And another bug bites the dust. And turns into crying. Now, I think I just noticed that the tear of light seemed to turn into water droplets whenever I collected it. Kind of a nice touch. Also, what was that camera angle? During that cutscene, it seemed to zoom out or zoom into something beyond the creatures. I don't know what that would be. Maybe this treasure chest over here, but this isn't an important treasure chest. This is just money. So I don't really know what that cutscene was trying to point out. I'm just gonna ignore the monsters despite them. Except maybe this one. This one deserves to be knocked off the balcony. Let's see if I can manage that. Boom. Not quite. Oh well. He lived a good life. Yeah, let's see. And then Link gets flattened by the bookshelf, and the entire world dies. Probably shouldn't have knocked this bookshelf over, but now it kind of looks like a bed. Interesting. I think we're done here. Move out of the way, stupid boxes. Does Midna have anything to say about any of this? Right, that's something to note. Midna really does not care about the world of light at all. All she cares about is the world of Twilight. And it is almost a little bit of a paradox, because what we're trying to do right now is get rid of the Twilight in our world of light. But it's not really a paradox, because the actual Twilight world is separate from what we're saving, and where we are in right now. It's just a little bit confusing. Because not only is there a distinction between the Twilight world and this Twilight, but there's also a distinction between the Twilight and the Twilight time of day. Those are entirely separate things. Where am I going? I was trying to get this bug. There's a bug in this house. You can see it here. This is why I always keep the map open. It might be a little bit annoying because it takes up a lot of the screen, but... Obligatory butt shot once again. Where are you, bug? Oh. Senses. Forgot about those. It's not exactly a sixth sense, because for the most part he just uses his nose, and his eyes, and his mouth, and his feelings. What's the other sense? His ears? I guess his ears aren't as useful in this case. Nothing else in here. So get out of the... stop jumping. Stop jumping all over the place. I know you're excited, Wolfie, but now is not the time.